exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing, baby? It's Thursday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm damn happy to see y'all in the room, baby. I'm damn happy to see everybody here. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I see Michael James was the first one to jump in the room, followed by Mega Wet Willie. Glad to see you there, buddy. The Remixtress is with us. Oh, forgot to turn on the light. Shit. Looked pretty enough. Mega Wet Willie's here. The Remixtress is with us. Michael James. Happy New Year, brother. Jay Clayton. Good evening, John. Need a heat up, go up about another 10 degrees in Florida. Stuff is chilled in the 70s, baby. It's up in the 80s here today. Indeed. And by the way, Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean, I have a sneak. Well, we'll get to this in a minute. Jan Beats is here. Gene Shanky. Seraphin Coley, thank you. Mark Perkins, my next door neighbor. Tracy Tobias is with us. Thank you, darling. Donald Ware, Carol Gillens. You're going to have to move down here now. I'm just saying. People just think you live here, so you might as well just pack your bag. Anyway, Keith Ellis is here. Adina Michael. Michael Falbister, thank you. Thomas Miguel, Happy New Year to you, brother. Dorothy Tyndall, BW. Karen Van, what's her name? That lady. Damn, what's her name? Oh, yeah. Hi, Karen Van Wyck. How you doing, darling? Gene Shanky's here. Terry Blessing, thank you for being here. Linda Calabro, thank you. Susan Murgia, I hope I always say that right. I always think I screw it up. Anyway, Amanda Elliott is here. Let me see. I got to jump on down here before I get caught up behind. Deb Corbin and Jeff Curry are here. Anyway, let's get this out of the way. I want to send out a big thank you to, I suspect, Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean, who sent us a box because they've done this before. I assume it was them. It's a Wild Fork box, and it was stuffed with New York steak strips and some prime rib in there and stuff. And it's just it's a joy. It really is. As a matter of fact, they have some of that gourmet hamburger in there, prime rib, ground beef. And Travis is already dreaming up gourmet burgers. Anyway. Yes, I went to the doctor today, so let's get that out of the way. Doctor says, gonna run some tests on you. Okay. So we're gonna run tests. So we're gonna see what happens. Anyway, getting to today, January 6th, I want to start off by saying I was up early this morning. I seen part of Kamala Harris's speech. I got up a little late, but I watched all of Joe Biden's speech. While he was speaking, I kept thinking to myself, "That way to go, Joe. Way to go. That's it, baby. Nail his ass for the lion sack of shit that he was." And for the first time, Joe Biden came out, and he came out hard on his ass. We all know. This is the title of my show the other day. Things we already know. We already know that he's a lying sack of shit that continues to try to push the big lie. We know that. Did we know for sure he was watching TV? Most of us said, yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. And sure enough, shit, come find out that's exactly what he was doing. Gleefully watching TV. Rewinding it, they said. You know, I want to watch those special parts all over again. I'm proud of what Joe Biden did today. And the rest of the Democratic Party needs to keep up, step up, and keep repeating that. Because the thing that was lacking today was the obvious absence of any Republicans save Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney, who he himself said he doesn't even recognize this disgusting thing they call the Republican Party now. They're full of just spineless cowards, not to be there to commemorate this day. They were scared that day too. But it pisses me off that there no Republicans there. It pisses me off because my congressman, Michael Cloud, is as much of a scumbag as you could probably think of. He's the traitor that went along with the rest of the 140 some odd traitors that even after the violence voted not to accept the vote. That's my congressman, and then ran off to Parlor the next day. He's a real patriot, I'll tell you that shit. The only reason he is my state is gerrymandered to shit. Or Michael Cloud would still be doing whatever the hell he did before. And not occupying a seat in my house, in my name. It's what pisses me off about the cowards they call Republicans now. They're trying to cling on to this lying sack of shit, and they all know he's a lying sack of shit. They just don't know what to do with it. They're afraid of him. Donnie's going to come after him, not a set of balls amongst all of them. Cowards. Joe Biden said it right. You can't be a patriot only when you win, baby. You love this country all the way through, or you're just pissing in the freaking wind. And I see a whole lot of Republicans pissing in the wind. And they stink. They stink of urine. They stink of smell of shit. It's Trump crap smeared all over them. Spineless assholes who ain't got I was proud of Joe today for calling him out for what they said. I think they said 16 times they called him out. Not by name, and I was so glad to hear that shit too. Don't use that stinking traitor's name in my house. He's a disgrace to this country, and the Republican Party are turning into nothing but a radical right-wing nut job. Follow Donnie until the ends of earth, I guess. I don't know what he has over him. But whatever it is, it's enough for them to throw their dignity and their integrity into the street and stomp it on and piss on it. Because they don't care. They don't give a shit about this country. They're concerned about keeping their seat in Congress or keeping their seat in the Senate. That's what America is to them, a free ride, baby. In the front row. First class ticket, baby. That's what they want. They don't give a shit about the rest of this country. It could go to hell in a handbasket as long as they get their perks and their money, baby. They're just happy with this shit. We need to throw every one of the stinking traitors out. I don't think anybody that stood up and tried to... My congressman, Michael, he stands up to object to Pennsylvania's vote. What does my congressman know anything about Pennsylvania's vote? You know what he knows? Squat. He did what he was told, which makes him nothing but a little sheeple. Get over there and Donnie will slap the shit out of you if you don't stay in line. That's what Michael Cloud is. That's the same way with Lindsey Graham. Came up quite fast today to talk about, I didn't want to be part of this partisan show today. Are you shitting me, you little weasel? Clutch your pearls and on the day of the insurrection say, I'm done with this, I'm done with this, I'm going to get away. No. And then Donnie slapped the shit out of Lindsey Graham. And Lindsey Graham wept like a little baby and got in line. Just like Michael Cloud, just like Kevin McCarthy and the rest of them. Donnie slapped the shit out of them and they started whining and crying. Just like their master's nothing but a whiny little bitch who lost an election and can't admit it, has never been a man and has never stood up for anything for this country. Bragged about not paying taxes. Are you shitting me? That's what paid my salary when I was in the military, when I worked for the government, was your taxes, baby. I say it all the time. Thank you for your service. Thank you for paying your taxes. Nobody liked what they had to do, but we had to do it. That asshole He bragged about not paying taxes. He doesn't like this country for anything except what he can get out of it and what he can get out of these suckers in Congress that call themselves Republican. It's disgusting. They had a prayer vigil. I don't think there was a single Republican up there, maybe Liz Cheney. Adam Kinzinger's in Chicago. His wife's fixing to drop a baby, so he's excused. But not a single Republican. They're all too afraid that Donnie's going to see him. Donnie was going to come out with some big, disgusting freaking speech today. But they had to tell him to shut his mouth. But he'll be back, baby. He's going to be back out there loud and clear, shouting all sorts of shit now because Joe Biden called him out for what he was, a liar, a man who is so insecure he can't accept defeat. Al Gore did it. He shouldn't have, but he did for the unity of this country, to bring this country back together from a solid divide. But this little prick of a man, this little draft-dodging coward, this narcissistic asshole who you have proof of his whole life of who he was, a disgusting little snob of a boy. He's no different today. And until the Republican Party comes to some kind of, I don't know, savior moment, go to church, I don't know what the hell y'all do. Just do it. Throw his ass down the window because it's the only chance they have to survive this shit. Because we, the American people, we're not going to put up with this shit, baby. We'll toss your asses out one by one. We're fixing to have public hearings. Go for it, baby. I want to see this shit in the news every day. Every time a reporter sticks a microphone in a Republican's face, they ought to be asking them questions about January 6th and the lying sack of shit that Donnie is. Every time. And until they turn their back on that man and turn back to this country, back to this Constitution, then they are traitors to this nation and should be treated as such. Anyway, my rant today, I was proud of Joe the way he called him out. Anyway, Aussie Dave, how are you today, brother?
I'm fine, thanks, mate. I'm fine.
Good.
I'm just totally amazed of the insanity. There's only one word for it. It's insanity that's blowing amongst 30% of these Americans that the world today looks upon as idiots. And they
I look upon them as traitors, Dave. That's what they are.
Yeah. They're basket cases, but they're certainly destroying the country. And they've just taken America and made it a joke. And this man has done what he has done to everything he's ever owned.
Yes.
He's bought it, he's raped it, he's pillaged it, and he's walked away from it with all the money and all the freedoms, and everyone else is dying from it, you know.
That's who he is, and that's who he's always been. He's a taker.
I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry to see the country go downhill.
We're not downhill yet, brother. They're trying to push us downhill, but I think there's too many people pushing that rock up. Well, we got to push that rock all the way back up to the hill. That's what we're going to do.
I was leading up to a point of saying that I think looking at a lot of the stuff in the media today, and especially the last 48 hours, and certainly in the last few hours since Biden's speech, there's been a lot of reaction against January 6th violators, and people are turning. I think there is a turn in the wind. I think that people are saying shit, this is really bad. You know, this is not as a game anymore. When you're talking civil war, do they realise if they get their civil war, which is, I think most of them want for a thrill, because that's half of the idiots that are supporting this guy. They're thrill seekers. They don't realise that. Do they need medication? Do they need food? Do they want their alcohol? Because if a civil war starts, it ain't going to be there.
No.
Because supply dropped to all the states.
Half of them on that side, you know, Aussie would just as soon have a Mad Max world. You know, after the apocalypse, after everything is destroyed, then we'll ride around and whoever has the gun has the law. I swear that's what they'd be happy in. Like they're going
And
to
you'll
come
be
out of it
invaded.
without shit all over them.
Yeah, but you'll be invaded. See, if you go that way down that path, who's going to come in your back door? The Russians.
Sure. The Russians would love to take advantage. Is that not where Donnie's been anyway? If I think back
Yes.
all the time from the time he came in the door, he was up Putin's ass all the way anyway. So yeah,
Absolutely.
with these characters turning over to Russia, yeah. I remember one lady standing up in some rally that Donnie had and said if America's going to have a dictator, they wanted it to be Donnie. Really? That's what they're willing to do. Anyway, Ozzy, let's get Johnny Fly in the room. He's here. How you doing, Johnny Fly?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Let me fix this light because I know Travis is down there thinking I'm supposed to turn on that light. How's everything going up in Pennsylvania, my friend?
Oh, it's doing pretty good. It was a nice day today. I think they want snow showers tonight. But I was watching President Biden. I was so proud of him.
I was.
And I thought, give it to him good. And you know what he should have said? He said he was defeated. He's a loser or whatever. He was defeated. That's the word he used.
Yeah, a
And
defeated president.
And I thought to myself, well, you should also remind everybody he's twice impeached as well.
He should have, but I guess he was being nice. But yeah, he threw that defeated. I like that. Throw that little jab in there.
I don't know. I wouldn't say he was nice during that. He pulled out all the stuff.
Oh, no, yeah. I was proud of him. They said it was 16 times. I wasn't counting. I was listening to him, but I wasn't counting. But they said I think it was 16 times that he called the former president out for being exactly what he is and what he continues to be right now.
Well, John, what I got a kick out of is I messaged, I think I sent you a message and I sent Bill Jones a message. I said, President Biden just gave the Orange Anus a new asshole.
Yeah, I saw your message, brother. I had to go to the doctor today, so that's when I got it.
Yeah, and of course, when I sent the first message, I accidentally sent it to my cousin. I really didn't want to send him that. Well, you should have seen the messages he sent me back, and he sent me pictures and articles, and I just deleted it. I thought, go
Good.
fuck yourself.
Don't even pay attention to him. Just delete him. Let him ramble on whatever makes him feel good.
Yeah, he says, I can't wait. He says, Trump.
We all do.
Well, he said Trump's going to take it in 24, and blah, blah, we're going to win in 22. Go fuck yourself. I just deleted everything.
So I would ask you. My son's right there. I use this line all the time. Just ask him. So how long have you been a communist? Yeah, I use that line quite often when somebody says something stupid. So how long have you been a communist? I'm just wondering. You fuck.
Yeah.
That's where we are, though. That's where we are. We have family against family. We have, friends against friends. This man came along and did nothing but, just like Ozzy said a minute ago, everything the man touches dies. Everything he touches is screwed up. Everything he touches, he corrupts. And he did that to our country. And he's trying to do it continually right now.
I think it was one of the CNN people, the announcers, they said right out, he is the worst president that we've ever
I heard
had
that today.
in this modern time. Yes. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more.
Yes, Lady Freedom Rocks. Darth Cheney was at the Capitol today. He was disappointed in his party. Darth Vader, Darth Cheney, Dick Cheney, Mr. Halliburton, Mr. Send them all to war and let's just make a bunch of money. That guy doesn't even recognize the Republican Party. The Republican Party just used to be made up of money-grubbing whores. Now, money-grubbing whores combined with treasonous assholes willing to sell their country to a lying sack of shit. I am on that lying sack of shit today because that's what I called him the first time I did a show. He's a lying sack of shit. He's always been.
Still, he came out and canceled this January the 6th thing, because everyone could see he's digging a hole for himself, and he's as he digs the hole, they're all falling in it with him. It's not just him going down; he's dragging other people down with him, and they're starting to say, "Shit, You know, this guy's a walking freaking loose cannon.
That's what.
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
but back to Johnny's point, this man has destroyed families, friends, and associations. He's a sociopath to the word.
Yes. But the sad thing is, this what made, because it's not like I ever followed Donald Trump. I knew he had the show The Apprentice. Hardly ever watched it. I seen a few parts of a show because I wouldn't sit through one. He's an arrogant, self-absorbed asshole. It's what he's always been. He's got a history of cheating people in real estate deals and whatnot. Everything he's ever tried to do is just like Ozzy said, he rapes it, gets as much money as he can, and then tosses us out to the side, baby. That's who he is before he came in our office. Huh?
I don't know how he got elected in the first place. And people knew what he was.
That's the problem.
You know what? He was a good speaker, I'll give him that. But that's the thing. He really convinced everybody, when I get in, I'm going to bring your jobs back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, he didn't do shit. The first thing he did was he banned Muslims, and God knows what else he was doing. He didn't have our country in mind. I don't think that I saw much. He might be signed a few bills or whatever, and he had to put his signature.
He signed a big one, Johnny Fly. He signed that big tax cut for the wealthy, baby. That was his job. That was his payoff to all those.
$1.6 trillion.
Yeah.
$1.6 trillion.
Which the Republicans had no problem doing.
And they have the nerve to sit there and say, well, they don't want the big, whatever that BBB plan, Bring Back Better or whatever.
Yeah, Build Back Better. That's what we're trying to get through right now. Let's go ahead and welcome Jeremy to the call. Jeremy, how are you doing, brother?
Doing okay. Just called to basically say the Trumps are the anti-Bain capital. Say what you want about Will Romney and his company, but Trump's always tried to do what they did, which was take failing businesses and turn them around. Bain Capital is really good at it. They saved Staples. They saved Red Lobster. They saved Olive Garden. They saved a ton of businesses. Evil corporates, yes. Trump's always tried to do that. He's always fucking failed. That's all he is a failure.
That's what he's been all his life at everything he's ever done, except for his knack at promoting bullshit. All these buildings around the world that have Trump's name on it. Trump doesn't own those buildings. He leases out his name. What do they call that? I'm sorry. Yeah, he leases.
He's a whore. He's a whore.
He's a whore. That's it. Because at one time he tried very hard to make the Trump name synonymous with wealthy and the elite and everything, and I guess in a way it is. Because I guess people with money there's more suckers born every minute in that group than there is out here with us. I guarantee you that. But I don't. I get. They sleep with who they want to. They think they're going to get something out of him, and that's what the deal is. Donnie Boy would, if he thinks he can get money out of him, oh hell yeah, he's on them like stink on shit.
Well, the other day, what was it, John, that CNN reporter was talking to this one lady, and she said, it's all the Democrats. They're behind all that stuff. They did the insurrection. Yes. And did you look at her eyes? She looked like she was completely insane.
She was. I believe I did see that interview on the street. They was asking this lady, oh, no, that wasn't Trump supporters. That was all FBI informants and Antifa and, making bullshit out of her head. It's sad to watch a fellow American stand there and so blatantly be ignorant of the facts, and it is. It's a sad statement of our society when we have members of our society, and we have a lot of them right now, that they don't give a shit whether it's more about the attitude. It's not the facts. It's not what really is. It's the way they feel. And somehow, some way, this freaking jerk makes them think that they're patriots when they're anything but. Everything but patriots. There's not a patriotic one amongst any of them.
John, they're patriots as long as they stand up for Trump. That's how
It's
Trump
like, yeah.
looks at.
Yeah, they're loyal to a man, not to a constitution, not to a country, not to an ideal, but a man.
Patriotism with them has a value. Has a value.
They think they're going to get, every one of them think they're going to get something out of it. I don't know what. I don't know what
Well,
people down here on this end of the street think they're going to get out of them. Nothing. Nothing.
Well, the people that are running think that, well, I'll finally get elected to office because, after all, I'm standing up for the big lie for Trump.
And they think that's going to keep them in office. The only reason, if Michael Cloud gets reelected in my district, it's because we're gerrymandered. Because the people in my district, I guarantee the people who live down here in my area, not the ones all the way up north in some redneck freaking ranch country up in central Texas, they'll tell you real quick. They love this country. They could give two shits about the man. You know, this country survives because of what the ideals of this nation were founded upon. Not that they were out that way out of the gate. We had to struggle for decades, hundreds of years before we got to where we are now, and we're not there yet. But this step, baby, this is a step backwards. Anyway,
hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, really quick, why don't we bring in Sparky Duncan to the conversation?
I'm sorry, Spark. I'm getting on a rant here. I'm telling you.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well, somebody should. Anyway, Spark, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good today, John.
Are you? Good.
Yeah. I got to zap a Skype troll from the Horn Chat.
Oh, yeah?
I'd already zapped him from Skype. Now he showed up in Horn Chat today. And as soon as I saw him, I just, bing, gone.
Yeah, troll, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Figure if you were banned from Skype, you ain't coming in here.
Yeah, no shit. Asshole, get out of here. You know, we get them, and, you know, Travis and our other moderators jump on their ass and just throw their ass out. I don't know why they're over here. They want to be a little whiny bitch. They can go whine to each other. Go on your own little right-wing nut job society page over there and just whine on each other's shoulder about how Donnie should be your king. I don't really give a shit.
Sounds like Marjorie Taylor Greene types.
You know, I got to thinking about her and Bobart and Gates. You know, that's who the Republican Party is. They're a bunch of clowns ready to do anything that gets attention to them. Look at me, I'm Sandra D or whatever. You know,
John.
The more they speak, the more they bring attention to themselves, and the more people are noticing. Geez, these are idiots.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So let them speak. Let them get out there and make fools of themselves.
They make idiots out of themselves every day. So
The thing that worries me, John, is that in the process they can bring our country down. Especially, I mean, imagine. I never dreamed that Marjorie Taylor Greene would be elected to Congress. I never dreamed of it. People must really be desperate down there. All the what would you call it? The dredges of garbage that are in certain parts of
She
Georgia.
was the only one on the ballot. The Democrat dropped out.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene was the only one on the ballot, and she only got 73% of the vote of the total that voted. So 25%. Go ahead, Jeremy.
These loudmouths are just showing they'll say anything for money, so they have a lobby job when they get voted out or they quit.
I'm going to call out a comment just because I like it here. Keith Ellis just wrote, if you want Jetson times, which you all know me, I'm always saying where's my George Jetson card? I should have my George Jetson card, but I don't. But if you want the Jetson times, go to Democrats. If you want to go back to the Flintstone times, go back in time and be a Republican. I just thought, thank you, Keith. I thought that was really neat. And let me send out a few
They have
thank yous.
electric flying cars now.
Huh?
They do have electric flying cars now.
Yes, they do. I can't afford one.
Neither can I.
I was just gonna say, John. I was gonna ask maybe I could borrow money from you and buy one. Boy, I'd love that.
Uh-oh.
Maybe a fly over traffic.
Let me do a few call outs. let me send a few thank yous out. Suzanne Jarrett just came in with a $5 donation. Well, she did it 6 minutes ago. Suzanne, thank you very much, baby, and can't wait to see you again. Suzanne was one of the ones there in San Antonio. We had a great time. Rex Trek Rex Trek came in with $5 and said, hey, Blue Dots, you know, if only Ivanka would have promised Daddy a a pea grab, Trump would have called that mob right off. Yeah, his daughter wife. Thank you very much, Rex Trek. I don't look at her any other way. It's his daughter wife. Catman56, my buddy Keith, came in with $3 and said, remember, the Trump wanted the New York, Stanford, and hung and killed. Even after the 5 were, oh, yes, okay. The Stanford 5, there you go. Remember that Trump wanted the New York, Stanford 5 hung and killed even after the 5 were proven innocent of rape. Yes, he's remained out of it. Took out a whole page article in the New York newspaper, whichever one it was. Still, after they were found not guilty, still recommending that, they be put to death.
He's pro-life, mate. He's pro-life.
Yeah, he's pro-life. Yeah. That's the ticket. There you go. Yeah. He is whatever.
Now, can I just bring up a little point here?
Go ahead.
This week, a lovely American, 114, I think he was, World War II veteran died.
Yes.
And the first thing in my mind when I seen that article, the first thing came in my mind was, poor bugger. He fought a war against the sort of tyranny we're facing now. And he's going to die looking at that tyranny come back.
Isn't it sad? That's a sad statement, isn't it, Dave?
It is sad. It is. Because
it's what we're witnessing now. You called it right. About a third of our country are willing to turn their back on the Constitution, our whole system of democracy. They're willing to throw it right out the damn window. For this asshole.
John, I think all the veterans are rolling in their graves right now.
There's still some. I got that discussion today that just because you served, that doesn't make you a patriot. Yeah, we could see that in the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys. There's the lady that got shot was a veteran. Just because you served does not make you a patriot. You broke your oath. In my book, right now, if you're a Republican, if you even call yourself a Republican, fuck you. I'm at that point now, you're disgusting. Why would you want to even insinuate that you're a Republican? Look what they're doing.
You know what, John? I think a few years back, it wasn't that long ago, the Republican Party, although I don't agree with their conservatism and philosophy, they were still decent people. They were upright, moral. They actually lived what they believed. And somewhere along the line, I guess it's when Orange Anus got into the picture, that things began to creep slowly. They saw that maybe some people were very restless, especially some radical Republican people. And that's when Donald Trump stepped on the scene. And from that point on, the hate grew and grew, and now we're at it today.
I look at it, Johnny Fly, as when Barack Obama was elected, and we were all so proud. I was ecstatically proud. Mm-hmm. Not only the first black American president, but a smart man. I loved to listen to him talk. He was what this country needed. But he was the first black man in the office. And just by that... I
got an invitation to go to the inauguration.
Huh?
I even got an invitation to go to the inauguration.
You did? And yes. You didn't go? To Obama's?
No.
Oh, man. Well...
Does anyone else see the irony in the fact that these pro-life Christians that showed up last January 6th were so quick to say, let's kill this person, let's kill that person?
Yeah.
And the irony behind that being they saw Jesus Christ was crucified, so why can't you be? That's what it all goes back to.
Yeah.
All of it.
That to me, and I say it all the time, patriotism, their religion, for so many of them, I think, it's just a bumper sticker. It's just there to make their neighbor think that you're somebody you're really not. When you put a succeed sticker on your bumper and an American flag, you don't realize the ignorance of your statement. Don't tell me you're a patriot.
You know, John, do you remember years ago when Jerry Falwell was a big deal back in, I guess, the early 80s?
I remember Jerry Falwell very much.
They came out with those Jesus First lapel pins, and I admit back then I was into it, and I wore the pin proudly. And I'm thinking now, I look back and think, pins don't make you a Christian. Bumper stickers don't make you a Christian. It's how you live makes you a Christian.
That's what it is. It's how you live. And whether or not you want to slap the word Christian on that title, I'm not particular to that. I don't really give a shit if you're Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim. I really don't care. How do you treat your fellow man? There's the answer to the question. Not what religion are you. It's how do you treat your fellow man? How do you look at a society as you being a part of a whole instead of, well, it's all about me and my freedom? You know, there's a difference to that shit. And these people wrapped up with Donnie Boy now, Donnie the dictator, it's all about them. They're not for this country. They're not for democracy. It's all about their personal freedoms, their personal rights, not yours. They could give two shits about yours. It's what
well, you know, John, if you ever notice when Donnie comes out to speak and stuff, especially when he was in, he's always clapping. Does that remind you of somebody when he claps like that when he comes out?
He's asking for applause.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's also...
That's what a good salesman does, Johnny. A good salesman, he gets into a room and he controls the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm doing that with you. That's a salesman. I don't give you a chance to talk, Johnny. And that's what he done with the debates. You know, this is the man. And this is the man that shuts down anyone's thought or train of thought. If he thinks someone's thinking the way he's not thinking, and he'll jump in and he will distract you. He will train of thought. And
but here's a pause.
He's talking about the man with the Charlie Chaplin mustache. What Johnny's talking about.
I'm talking about North Korea dictator and China is now a dictator. Take notice when they come into like a big conference or meeting or whatever, the Communist Party or whatever, and they come in, they're clapping, and everybody claps wildly, you know, because oh boy, we have to imitate the leader, otherwise we could be in trouble. Yeah. Well, Donald Trump does that too because, hey, I'm the man. That's what he wants to be. So we better hope he doesn't get in 2024.
But we
better make sure the Republicans don't get in 2022 because if they do, that's an open pavement, open door to get Donnie back in.
I'm looking. I am not looking forward to it. I'm just looking to hear what Donnie is going to come out with next because you know damn good and well after today's ass whipping, He's going to come out and say something, and and have no doubt he got his ass whipped today by Joe Biden, yes. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. Anyway, let me send out a few more thank yous to Lady Freedom Rocks, and indeed she does. Donated $2 and said it's a ranty kind of day. It is, dear, because I'm pumped up. I'm speaking of Baraka, fired up, ready to go, baby. Fired up, ready to go. I want this to continue. I want every day for somebody, some Democrat, some January 6th committee to shove it in their face of what they did and what they continue to do. We keep shoving it in their ass. Anyway, Virginia Thomas, also known as Ice Dragon, came in with $5 and said, as usual, I'm just sending a little bit to you. Love you, Mr. John, and the whole Blue Dot family. Virginia, Ice Dragon, thank you very much, baby. Right back at you. And Anthony Lester came in with $5 and said the armed forces should recall. Yes. Anthony Lester. The armed forces should recall Michael Flynn and court-martial him, then lock his ass up. Amen, brother. I think they have the power to. I think they have the power to, but I don't think they do. Yeah.
Don't forget his brother. His brother's in charge of the Washington National Guard. Must didn't show up.
Yes. I mean, that's serious shit. And Michael Flynn is still out there pumping this shit. A disgrace to the country he served. A disservice, a treasonous act against his own country. Took an oath to QAnon. He don't even know who QAnon is, but he's going to stand in front of a fireplace and say, where we go one, we go all. Well, you could all go straight to hell. Anyway, Catman56 came in with another donation and said, who were the first Antifa? Watch the film Boys on June 6, 1944, Normandy Landing. That's America's. That's Americans' Antifa. You bet your ass. Yeah, I am proud to say I am Antifa. I am anti-fascist. And that's where the Republican Party wants to take this country. Think nothing else, baby. It's all about big money with the Republicans now. Screw your scrawny ass. Be thankful you have a job. Get up and go every day. And if you can't, don't ask for no damn welfare to help you out for shit. That's who the Republican Party is.
Most important thing for them is they want the key to the vault.
They want the money.
They want the access.
The money and the power and the prestige that
money.
comes with it. That's these Republican congressmen now. You can't convince me a single one of them saved two are anything but traitors at this point. They continue to this day to turn their back. My congressman, Michael Cloud, in my opinion, is a traitor to this country and continues to be. Follow me to Parlor. Are you shitting me, congressman? The title isn't even, it is lessened. The title is lessened by your presence in that office. Follow me to Parlor. Objecting to Pennsylvania and Arizona. Are you shitting me? You don't know jack shit about either one of them. Do what you're told, little boy, or get your ass slapped on. That's who Michael Cloud is. And I can't wait to get rid of his ass. But I fear we won't. Unless we step in, unless the federal courts step in and fix what the Republicans just did again, then in Texas, baby, no, we don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance down here. There's more Democrats in this state than there are Republicans. So how come ever since Ann Richards we've had nothing but Republicans? Because they gerrymandered the shit out of it in 2010 and they ain't quit yet. Anyway.
I would have thought, the Dems would have a plan to combat this gerrymandering crap, They've got to come back with something that makes the playing field more even. Because if it was even, we know that the Republicans would even get the votes they got last time. But I feel in 2022, guys, I'm not panicking as much, but I think the blue wave is getting stronger. It really is. I think there's going to be a statement made by the people in 2022. I'm
hoping you're right, Dave. I'm counting on you being right, because that's what it's going to take. Because we were so empowered in 2018 and then 2020 to rise up against this man, but he's not going away. And unless we are as bold as he wants to be, he's going to come back. It doesn't take a majority of the country to vote for him, just the majority in the right places. And they are good at manipulating the electoral map. That's what it's about.
We don't want him to run, John. We don't want him to run.
No, I don't want him in there at all. I don't want him anywhere near the 24 election.
If he ran and lost, it's going to be a repeat of January the 6th. He's going to say no and lose.
Yes. If he runs again, then regardless of the outcome of the election, it's going to be the same shit again. I lost. I got cheated. The other side, it's going to be all bullshit. But there's going to be a percentage of our population that's going to believe that shit, and that's what the problem is. But it's the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. They are a minority, and they're getting smaller every day. I do believe. But they are going to go on a push here because he's getting pushed. Donnie Boy is getting pushed into the corner with as many legal problems as he has in New York State and in Georgia, and now Biden calling him out the way he did. Donnie's going to come out swinging somehow, and he needs to be beat back.
Garland's statement, I don't know if you want to take it serious or you want to feel better after he made that speech, but
yeah,
I was more encouraged, believe Garland for his good word, I was more encouraged to think that people like the Cruz and Taylor Greens and the Gatzes and the Trumps will go down.
I'm hoping because in my book, Matt Gaetz' thing is way past due. You got evidence? You don't. One of the two. He's a sitting congressman. If he violated the laws, especially on child pornography or some shit like that, are you shitting me? No. Get after his ass. I don't want to delay shit just because of politics. That's what the problem is. We don't want to shake anybody's. Fuck that shit. And that's what these damn congressmen that we know conspired to overturn this election. We know they did. Things we know, we just can't prove. We just know they did. We know they coordinated with people. They had a freaking war room at some fucking hotel. Anyway, let me thank Hope, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "My dad and I really like." Thank you. My dad and I really like your show. You're authentic and cool as shit. Thank you, New Hampshire. Hope, the best part of that is that you said you and your dad. I love that. I love that because I've seen that in this family, in this Blue Dot family, and maybe that's what it's about. You just made my day. And Claudia Garcia just came in with $5 and said, hopefully he will be a felon by 2024. And in jail. You forgot in jail. It would be, well, if we're going to, let's dream big, baby. And Michael Johnson just came in and donated $5 and said, trying to explain to a Republican what fascism and authoritarian rule means, and they lose their shit. Fuck Trump. Indeed. If you suggest to him that that's what this is, no, you're full of shit, but you don't know it. Kiss my ass. Show me where I'm wrong.
Hey, John, they said today on CNN, I think it was a legal analyst, and they said that, this investigation will probably dig up a lot of small fry, but the likelihood of it getting up to the executive level is very rare.
That's what everybody's concern is.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, is Donald Trump going to get away with all this shit? He comes right out and says, well, you won't have a country anymore unless you fight for it and take it back. Yeah. That's what he was thinking, is he doesn't do it as insurrection. He just thinks, hey, I'm the rightful leader and I should be back in for another term. Everybody should have voted me back in. Why not? I mean, after all, I'm so good at what I do.
I'm Trump. Yeah. I'm the best in the world. I'm the best there is, and blah blah blah. The disgusting part to me really is the people he's pulled back, because we did, and I'm glad to see them highlighting this. Kevin McCarthy's speech on the House floor that night after January 6th, when he called out Trump, and then got called down to Mar-a-Lago and got his ass slapped. And he fell in line. And it's so obvious, the same way with Lindsey Graham and others, that they stood up on that day and they said, this will not stand, will not do it. And then the next day turned around and stuck their tongue so far up Donnie's ass, they were touching his tonsils.
I think they got their knuckles wrapped by a ruler, John.
That's what's
the same way.
The lack of integrity in itself. Really, we saw what you thought the day after the insurrection. And now look at what Kevin McCarthy is doing. He's supporting Green and Bobart out there, Miss Teeny Bopper wannabe congresswoman. Huh?
The only difference here is Kim Jong-un. The only difference is Kim Jong-un used to kill his relatives if they spoke against him or anyone else. Hitler used to do the same thing. We're just lucky Trump's not killing people.
Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. Today, it did. It fired off.
He sixes masses on you. That's what he does.
Yes.
They give it time. Give it time. Trump would do the same thing if he's allowed.
How much of a coward do these people have to be, these Republicans? Because it's obvious what the man is. He's a liar. He's a narcissistic asshole. And you're bending to his will? No, you are not a leader. You are not a congressman. You're a whore for a pimp. That's what you are in the Republican Party. Nothing more. Nothing more. You're doing what you're told to, or you'll get slapped. It's a disgusting trait. It's disgusting to watch people that sit in my house and speak on the House floor or in the well of the Senate and try to speak patriotic words about a man you cannot justify it to, period. It's disgusting. Anyway, Catman56 came back with another donation and said, we need more people of color, our women, the young people to vote. The other side is taking our voting rights away. Indeed, if we need to pass the John Lewis Freedom to Vote Act in the For the People Voting Act. I think that's the name of it, Jesus. We need to pass those.
I think it is.
We need to pass these legislation or we're going to have trouble in the 24 election.
It's only evil people that would sort of not want those things. They're good things, and yet they don't want them. It's just pure evil. It's like saying against socialised medicine, the ones against that. That's just pure evil. Your country can afford it.
Yeah.
Your country can afford it. It weren't so easy on the rich.
And I just had a taste of that, speaking of healthcare, and it really pissed me off. Because y'all know I've had some problems for a few days. I had an event happen to me that scared the fuck out of me. And I've been dealing with it because all of a sudden right after that happened, the well went out. Then we got no water in here. We got no water there. We had to fix this, fix that. And yesterday it kind of caught up with me a little bit more. Yesterday evening I started getting dizzy. I still have a tingling in my left leg. And something's not right. Here we go. Let's go to this place that I went to just a month or so ago when I got stitched up. When I had my stitches. Went over to this place, presented my insurance, my Medicare. Here it goes. Shipped me right in the back, stowed me up, not a dime. I walked out the door. So yesterday when I'm feeling bad, that's where I went. I thought, well, okay, I already went through the paperwork here. I'm already pre-registered with them or whatever. As I'm in the waiting area there, I'm telling the nurse, she's asking me what's going on, and I'm telling her all of a sudden, right there, I'm starting to feel this shit in my head again. I'm not right. Something's not right. And they said that they don't take Medicare anymore. As of January 1st, they don't take Medicare anymore. I tried to explain, well, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it's not a subsidized plan. I mean, it's a full plan, but because Medicare was listed as primary, they won't take the secondary, which is a full policy. So they turned me away, and here me and my son go driving around trying to find the other freaking place, and I finally just got pissed off and said, just take me home. Go to the doctor today. We'll deal with it today, and that really pissed me off. It pissed me off because whether it be me or you or anybody else, really, you're standing in the fucking waiting room and obviously having some kind of symptom of some shit. And right then at that moment, I'm thinking the worst because the left side of my head is just not feeling right. And they say no. So I left.
That's why our health care needs to be revamped, John.
We don't have health care. We have fucking profit care. We have fucking profit care. If you can't pay, if you don't have the ability to pay, if you don't have the right insurance, fuck you. Get out of here. You know, they got a county hospital down there. Why don't you go stumble in there and see what
you had problems in your head, John. They should have taken you to emergency. They should have put you in emergency. If you got tingling in your legs and your head, that's something to be concerned about.
Yeah, you would think so, huh? Well, don't worry. I have tests scheduled for, I think it's the 12th. So all you got to do is just make it that long, you'll be fine. I don't know what's going on, David. It is scaring me a bit because my left leg is tingling. My fucking right side of my head does not feel right. And
it could be a TIA, which is like a mini stroke. It's something that, you know, TIA is at our age. It's just a mini stroke.
I really don't want to get started on this, though, because when I went to the doctor today, I didn't see my normal doctor. I had a guy that's going to be a doctor as soon as he finishes his residency, and he kept repeating to me, well, whatever it was seems to have resolved itself. No, my leg is still tingling. The side of my head just doesn't feel right, so it's not resolved. And yeah, it was an afterthought, I think, to send me to go get the test that they ordered up. But we're gonna go. We'll go, and
That's what you need
See
to
what
have
the
done
fuck
to
they
find
say.
out what's going on.
Hey, John, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
When I had my primary, when I was type 1 and undiagnosed, I went in and explained my symptoms and told her I'd quit drinking soda at the time fully. She's like, oh, that explains your weight loss. Well, I'd lost 50 pounds in a month. Like nothing.
Wow.
I told her all my symptoms, came in a second time. Still, oh, it's just going to be that you're drinking more water. Not a big deal. Third time, she sat me down and said, you need to go to the hospital right now. You have type 1 diabetes and you're almost in ketoacidosis. Fast forward a couple of years, she leaves because she wants to start a family and quits being a doctor. And I tell my new primary doctor, she said, oh, I've heard that from other people. She missed things with them too.
You know, right now, to be in healthcare, I don't know. It'd be good for me to be a doctor because, man, it just does. The healing part, we all know that's what a doctor is for. But the healing part comes only at the authorization from some guy in an office, some city somewhere that's going to make a determination on your case. Not what your doctor recommends, but what your insurance company allows. And that's not health care. That's profit care. You're watching more about what you're making instead of your patients. And we're not going to get away from that because we are a capitalistic system. We're here to make money.
Yeah. You're being treated by a clerk or an accountant, not by the doctor. The doctor's seeing you and telling you what's wrong, but the treatment is coming from the accountant or the clerk.
Yes. You're seeing a doctor, but your treatment is coming from an insurance company. They'll decide what it is that you get, what you don't get, and it does. And the doctor, after a while, understands that, knows that, and reacts accordingly. It adjusts the doctor's procedures, knowingly or unknowingly, to account for whatever insurance you got. And it never should the insurance or what the ability to pay should ever come into a question on healthcare. It just shouldn't. Because how can you say we can't afford that? Fuck you. What do you mean? You're going to let grandma die? Well, we can't afford to save you. Look how old you are anyway. No. I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to live in that society.
That's disgusting.
It is. But we don't live too far from that now. We don't.
You know, in
Look
Australia,
how many nursing homes you've seen stories about abusing the elderly people in there. You know, you're there.
John, in Australia, if you're 80 years of age and you have a heart attack, they will still try and keep you alive. It's going to cost them thousands. They will still try and keep you alive. You may have a lot of medical students working with a senior, but, you know, they're not going to say, oh, he's 80 years of age, just let him go. No, they'll woo you into the thing and they'll put the paddles on you and if they have to cut you up and they'll cut you open.
Well, it's not like I'm saying that doctors outright come here and let you die, you know, but when your treatment is dependent upon your insurance and your ability to pay, then it's not your disease they're treating, it's their wallet. It's the ability to pay or what your insurance allows. So it has just automatically the doctor's going to adjust what treatment he's going to give you dependent upon what you can pay for. And it's a disgusting conversation to have. But it's what we have. Think nothing else, baby. It's in this day and age, you don't got insurance, you ain't got money. And even if you have money, even if you have cash, that's not always a guarantee. I'm not going to name who, but somebody in my personal family who had a lot of money just didn't have insurance. Didn't think he had all this money. He died in the waiting room at the emergency room while they checked to see if he had insurance, if he had the ability to pay. He died. So, yeah.
Accountancy before treatment.
Money doesn't mean it's the insurance, baby. I don't care how much money you got. The insurance company has more. They can get more out of them. And if you ain't got it.
Your hospitals, are they privately owned or are they publicly owned?
Most of them are privately owned institutions. Yeah, they're not government owned. You have a county hospital, and they're not as prevalent as they used to be. Nowadays, it's mostly private hospitals.
Well, we're government. We had private hospitals. They're normally small hospitals and normally the wealthy go there. But we do have majority of our hospitals are owned by the government, so they don't ask the question of can you afford to pay ever, and actually you don't pay. You go in there with a broken toenail or a heart attack or whatever, you don't pay.
It's you know.
And you should have to pay in America.
We shouldn't.
I just want to let you know, John, Ed Bailey's in the room.
Oh, Ed, how you doing, brother? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I didn't want to interrupt. I wanted to agree with you because, well, since I'm on Social Security, I get Medicaid and Medicare. And, of course, since I have insurance with Humana, it's just before, it's just even, of course, found a good primary physician care. But it's just, I wish there were ways that insurance agrees with what if you want dental insurance? I want to have healthy teeth and not have the bothering task of getting a cavity filled. I had all my cavities filled, and believe me, it's no picnic. Oh, and you know what really gets me about cavity fillings, John?
What?
The needle of Novocaine. It's the suspense that gets you.
A man of my own heart. You go ask I wish you could ask my wife, but you could ask my son right down there. Surgery? Not a problem, buddy. We're going to slice you open, have your whole back ripped open there. We're going to stiff plates and screws in there. Not a problem. Let's go. Oh, you want to get in my mouth? Screw you. I don't want get out of here with that shit. I just, I
mean, truth is,
I'm the same way when it comes to dentists. I hate, I don't want to go. No. But the pain will make you go.
Even if you're not getting a cavity filled, still, it's just they have to scrape the plaque off your teeth and the sound of the feeling, the metal.
Yeah. Let's don't talk about it. You're
bone. It's torture. No,
it is.
I mean, I sometimes wonder if that's
laying
used
there
for
with your mouth
interrogation
open.
in third world countries.
Anyway, we have a shared hatred of dentists.
You know, John, I also wanted to let you in this. I can't believe a year has passed, and of course, I guess 2022 would be out of the frying pan and into the fire. Because first the insurrection and now the midterms.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
We got to vote blue because...
And we have to rally as many as we can around us.
We have to. We
have to because he is going to actively attempt to manipulate or to solidify a Republican win in 22. There are seats that are open that, is a toss-up whether or not we can get them. Some we can, some we won't. But whether or not we can or not, it's the fight, baby. Huh?
We're supposed to take care of this investigation. Finally getting to it.
Well, we're going to start seeing public hearings pretty soon. Go, baby. Oh, yeah, I'm rooting for this shit. Let's put it on TV. I want it up there every damn day.
Handcuffs. I want them to take away right now.
Well, when Merrick Garland was talking about that nobody was above the law, I hope he meant what he said. But here it is. Again, it's something we all know. We all know he should be locked up. We know the crimes that he committed. So we're all sitting here all with the same thing. Why ain't he in jail? Why ain't he arrested?
Exactly.
It's because we have laws. But we can't tear down the laws for his behalf. The laws have to stand.
You don't know how to handle it.
Huh?
You don't know how to handle it, mate. It's a simple fact that they arrest Trump. They have to arrest 7 or 8 other senators and congressmen. It's going to look like a kid fight. It's going to look like a political hack.
Yes.
To a lot of people.
That's the double-edged sword of this. But those are the guilty people. Are there congrresmen I believe should be arrested? Yes, I do.
Guilty's guilty.
Yes, I do.
Guilty's guilty.
Some of them close to home too, baby. Yes, I think they should. But will it look like a political hit job, a political hit on the Republican Party? Yes, and they would portray it as that. And there's the big but. Do you let that stop you from doing justice? Should you decide not to do it because, it's going to cause a big uproar? So we better forget about what the Constitution says about this job, huh?
See, John, I could care less what they think. I say, hey, the process has to go forward. Give him a trial. If he's guilty, he needs to go to jail.
Yeah.
We cannot let them have blood on their hands. It's just.
That's right.
They have to be held accountable.
Yes.
That's all I can tell you.
Let me catch up here real quick because I
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay,
I want to say this: if Trump takes over and becomes president, Dave, you have any room in Australia?
No shit.
Because I might be looking for a
There's several hundred million of us might want to come visit abruptly.
We got a lot of space. We got a lot of space in the middle of the country.
Hey, yeah, I seen that. A lot of open space out there.
Yeah. In actual fact, Australia is almost exactly the same size as America state. Yeah. America complete. If you put Australia on top of a map and you cut Australia out, stick on top of America, it's almost the same shape.
Yeah, it's almost it's just about the same size.
Be two Texas the size.
As much as I love Australia, Dave, I got to stay here and fight for this one, baby. I got to stay here and fight for this one. Let me send out a few thank yous. Teresa Diggum came in with a $2 donation and said, Putin has blackmail on Trump and Miss Lindsay, etc. You have to think it. Ain't one of us out there. Johnson donated $2 to Super Chat and said, VA will test you. Get well, brother. Michael, thank you very much, brother. I might have to go see him. Anyway, Catman56 came in with another donation and said, the show Star Trek has shown us the current right-wing nut jobs on the TV show. They were just known as the Ferengi. I hope I'm saying that right.
Ferengi.
What is it? Ferengi. The Ferengi. Those assholes. I didn't see that episode. I didn't. I'm not a big Trekkie.
No, they're the Borg, mate. The Borg.
Oh, the Borg.
The Borg. You know what the Borg is, don't you? The Borg is the race
guys,
of one person.
Yeah,
one person and millions of people with no minds, and one person thinks for the lot.
Yeah, that's just exactly what I was going to say. See how much I am up on TV shows or movies? No, I'm not. I hardly ever got a shot to watch a movie in the last, 40 years. Michael Johnson came in with a $2 donation and said, Hawley should go down here in Missouri and fuck Trump. Hawley, remember old fist bump Hawley, terrorist fist bump guy? Yeah. Isn't that what they said? That's when Obama gave a fist bump to somebody and they caught I remember Fox News going, look at there, terrorist fist bump. Well, what was Josh Hawley doing out there giving a fist out there to all them rioters on January 6th? Go get them, boys.
It goes to show you who he's rooting for.
Well, this is all going to come down to what we do. Mm-hmm. It's what we do that's going to shape this country. If we can come out in numbers that we need to come out in, then we can rescue this shit. We could shove all the Trump crap up his ass and all these Republicans' ass and shove them out of the party and try to force a new reckoning within that party.
Indeed.
We see the Lincoln Project and we see Liz Cheney and Kinzinger. We've seen other Republicans sort of dip their toe in the water of reality. But
Dick Cheney was there also.
Huh? Yes, Dick Cheney was there.
Oh, Bernadette's here.
Huh?
Bernadette
is here.
There's a loud noise. I don't know if it's okay. He muted.
What?
Yeah, we got Bernadette and Bill Jones there.
Is Bill in the room?
Yeah, but they don't have their hands
in the audience.
Oh no, they haven't raised their. They have to raise their hand if they want to come in the room.
I wouldn't mind getting Bill Jones' thoughts on Merrick Garland.
Yeah, I wish he'd come in.
Well.
Yeah, put your hand up, Bill.
You're telling you, Bill, put up your hand. Let me thank Michael Johnson. Oh wait, already did that. Man, Jesus, I got to catch up with my brain.
You know what? He's probably disconnected and he doesn't realize.
I'm pretty sure they can hear us. I know Travis can hear us. So, but I'm sure Bill would have some wise words. Indeed.
There you go. There's
Bill.
Bernie.
Bill loves this country, I know. There's Bernie. And there went Bernie.
She's got a hand up.
Uh-oh.
Just wait till she gets in here.
Let me...
But, Bill Jones has normally got a different tact on a few things.
There's Bernadette.
Got different sources of information.
Hi, Bernie.
Hello, you guys. Hi. Tie a rope around me and drag me into the room. I was trying to let other people come in. Yeah, because
they love you, Bernie. Come on, man. They don't want to put up with my ass all the time.
I love them back, and I'm sorry I'm late. I was busy trying to fix computers and me. It makes my brain boggle. My brain just doesn't want to fix them anymore. And he was having a problem with Skyrim, the game he had to have for Christmas.
Right.
And so I had to go out there and be hero Mimi and fix his Skyrim problem. And so he's happy again and playing. And so I'm late. But hi, guys. It's been quite a day.
Ain't it, though?
Yeah.
Ain't it, though? But
the sad part is that through all the commemorations and remembrance of what happened a year ago, there was ne'er Republican voice speaking out today, and that speaks volumes.
That speaks volumes, indeed, Bernadette. Mm-hmm. That's what, when I started the show tonight, that's what, no Republicans, none at all, save Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney, really? That's the only ones.
It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs for America, and it really, I thought there would maybe be at least one besides Darth Vader's daughter and himself being there, but bravo for those two standing up and saying something. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs because this shit continues, and it's highly. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that fuck Trump didn't get up and make his little wayward words today.
Oh, it's coming.
Bernadette, I think he'd make a fool out of himself if he would have tried to say something today.
Again, but he was going to. I do believe behind the scenes he got talked out of doing it.
Yeah, I do too.
But perhaps by his attorneys telling him, everybody and their mother is coming out after you, so don't go out there and make a public spectacle of yourself, which is really hard for him not to do.
He's just digging a bigger hole for himself, isn't he, Bernie?
Bigger, deeper, sure. He plans on going out on January 15th to the Arizona rally, and there's a gentleman in Arizona by the name of Daniel McCarthy who put out $1 million challenge on him today. I don't know if it was today, but I posted it today. And he challenged Trump at this rally in Arizona to give him 30 minutes of his time and debate him one-on-one, or at least answer his questions. And McCarthy, the gentleman from Arizona, said that he would donate $1 million to whatever charity that Trump chooses. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
But
there's not enough money to entice him into that.
The video that this guy made, burning the mega hat and stepping on it and driving over it and calling his ass out and speaking the fucking truth and saying everything that we've been saying for the last 5 years was awesome.
Good.
It was freaking awesome.
We need to see more of that. And Bernie, I really am. I told Marsha earlier, I'm starting to feel like this might be a turn. That Joe Biden's speech today, calling him out for what he is, it has to make a turn. These people have to start realizing that, and nobody wants to realize they've made a mistake. Nobody wants to stand up and go, well, I fucked up. I did that one time, and I stood up and took it on camera.
How many people in the last year that refused to go out and get a fucking vaccine made the mistake of not doing that and laying in their hospital bed, begging up for a vaccine, saying, I made a mistake? How many people following this idiot and his words have made the mistake, the ultimate mistake of losing their lives behind listening to this man.
And some of them very prominent. I recently saw a preacher that was anti-vax and all this shit or something, and he died. Really? What's your congregation going to say now?
You know, they're saying DeSantis got COVID. He's having a hard time breathing and making speeches right now. So, and, you know, he refuses to say. And, you know, this country is a hot mess, you guys.
Antimicrobial fuck.
Yeah,
my mouth don't want to work.
Keep going with that, because they're, you know, here's what I'd like to see. I would like to see doctors and hospitals, and I know they will not do this, but deny anybody who has not taken the vaccine a bed in the freaking hospital.
Yeah.
Or send them a really big fucking bill.
No shit.
Just like they would send you or me one.
They'd sue you if you tried to get an
I would
abortion.
love to see the insurance company deny these people coverage because there is something that would keep them out of the hospital.
Yeah, you refused when we offered you help. You said no. So you're on your own. Anyway, that ain't going to happen. Let me thank Linda. Let me go ahead and thank Linda Beeler. She did 5 minutes ago. She came in with $5 and said, "I love it. Fuck Trump." I don't know where she heard that from. I really don't.
I have no idea where she would get such words.
Such a thing to say. Fuck Trump. Anyway, Catman 56, he's just dying because Trump, although he didn't speak today, and we know he's going to, the best thing that man could do.
I just need you to shut the fuck up, cause nobody asked you,
just to put you on a little bit of higher spirits.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. 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 Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
Anyway.
Please.
Keith, thank you very much, brother. I love that little tune. I really do. Hey, Travis, if you're listening, I don't know what happened, buddy, but the big screen that's off to my left, you know, the TV screen over there to use, it went off, went black, and I can't turn it back on, even the little remote control here. The light goes off, it blinks, and then stays that way. So I just killed the TV.
Can I throw in here?
But
I want to ask you one of the of this guy, I can't remember his freaking name now. I just had him tip my tongue. It was on CNN that described the plan for January the 6th to the commentator, and the commentator said, "Do you realise you just described the coup?" Did anyone see that sentence?
I do believe that was on Ari Melber, and it was on MSNBC.
Yes.
And the gentleman was, oh God, who was that? I just read that earlier today, but it was on a different device, so I don't have it on this one.
He went through with the commentator the actual plan that they had before January the 6th of stopping the count and all this sort of crap, and the back or the quarterback of it all was supposed to be Mike Pence, who dropped the ball, and it was all planned. It was a planned coup, and he described it to Artie Merrilborough, or whatever his name is, and Artie said, "Well, you just described the coup." And as he's describing it to the commentator's rolling his eyes and looking to the left, looking to the right. And you can see, obviously, in the studio, everyone was saying, "What the fuck's this guy saying? He's admitting to a crime." And he actually described the crime. It was a crime. I'm amazed. It's all over YouTube, and my subscriptions and Rebel HQ and all of those have got pieces on it. This guy just described the crime.
Yeah.
On TV.
They don't think it's a crime. That's the problem.
Well, that's what I said.
I hate to be the one to inform them it is, but they think it's them.
The guy was Peter Navarro.
Oh, is that who it was?
That's him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That guy's in trouble.
Yep.
He's worse than Alex Jones.
Yeah, he'd sell shit for Donnie any day of the week. Peter Navarro would.
And it is the same plan that is Steve Bannon's plan to have 100 U.S. representatives challenge. That was the plan. Challenge the election and get elected, and change the votes in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin, and Nevada, which is exactly what they did.
That's what they tried.
That's what they tried to do.
Yes.
This guy out of Arizona, he talked about the fake recount that was going on out there.
Yeah.
This guy was pretty awesome in his video that he put out.
It ended up giving Biden even more votes.
Yes.
Yes.
Which the Arizona Republicans have finally conceded that fake recount is finally done. Thank God.
I'm telling you, it's been a hell of a year, but I'm hoping it's capping off to 2021. We're talking about.
But the things that we've seen with our own eyes from a year ago until now, we've seen a lot of shit go down. We saw it with our own eyes. We saw it for the 4 years that idiot was in office. We don't need a select committee to tell us what we saw. The thing is that the DOJ is going to take its time about prosecuting this asshole, because they have to build a case, and they can't just go in and make accusations. They have to have
the evidence,
the what fors, in order to pull the case off and make it successful. And that's why it's taking so long, and it can't be a rush job. When they go after those and hold them responsible, and I hope Merrick Garland's balls are bigger than his voice, because he has a very meek voice, and there was just no oomph.
I have a feeling his balls are bigger. I just want him to stand up. And you're right.
But
it's going to take time.
Him to, yes.
We can start at the bottom with congressmen.
That I had once told me it's not the truth doesn't win in court. It's what you can prove.
Yeah.
And so they're going to go in and they're going to try to prove their case positive. And that's why it's taking so long. We can go in there and tell the truth all day. He could go in there and lie, and we've seen him lie and get the fuck away with it. So it's what you can prove in a court of law is what matters. It's not necessarily the truth. It's what you can prove.
Indeed.
And that's why this case has got to be rock solid before they step in that courtroom.
Before they step in that arena.
Yeah.
Because it is. You're talking about the upper crust of power. And what's the old saying? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Well, that's Donnie. And there are a lot of layers between Justice and him yet. I just want to start seeing him peel back. Like I said, we're fixing to see a whole lot coming out with these public hearings. We've already got a little taste today that Mike Pence's whole team is cooperating with the January 6th committee, and now they're talking about Mike Pence himself testifying about the pressures that Donnie put on him to overturn this election, because it's an important part of the story. This was not just about January 6th. As a matter of fact, the important part isn't about the attack itself from a bunch of civilians out in front. No, this is about congressmen and senators who conspired to overturn this country. There's the crime.
The coup that went on behind the scenes, and the money that it took to get all these people to be fall guys for these fuckers.
Yes. That's the justice that we need to see. They've got over Travis, thank you somebody for buying whatever you bought out of the store. I appreciate that. Travis will be tickled he sold some. Anyway, let me thank Nita Parker, who came in with $5 and said, "Thank you for going to the doctor, John. Thank you for taking care of yourself." Baby, I'm trying to, because I'm not going to lie to y'all. The other day I was scared of shit, and I still don't feel right. And
you went to the doctor today,
Yes, I
John?
did.
Thank
I wasn't
you very
happy
much.
about
I
it
appreciate
either.
that. That's okay. I'm glad you went.
Yeah, we all do.
You can't
They called me back in the room, and
know.
for the next hour and 15 minutes, I sat in that room by myself waiting on the doctor to come in. An hour and 15 minutes. I was not a happy camper. I was not rude or anyway, but it was not a pleasant experience today. And then young Doogie Howser over there, well, it seemed to resolve itself. No, it didn't.
Was Was it a packed office, John?
Huh?
What? They had to wait so long. Was it a packed office that you had to wait
No,
so long?
no. I'm almost ready to give up on this because my doctor, which we've been with this doctor group for I don't know, almost 20 years. My doctor is the main doctor of this clinic, but it is a teaching clinic also. A lot of doctors are getting their residency. They cycle through there a lot, so there's a lot of people there. But I feel like I've been there forever. My doctor is the main doctor guy, and I hardly ever get to see him anymore. And today it was Doogie Howser, and I just wasn't feeling a whole lot of confidence in what he was. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we had that discussion when I got home. If anything happens between now and the time they got the test scheduled, I'm going to go to the emergency room.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And I will say that on behalf of a whole lot of Blue Dots. They just say thank you.
Well, I tried yesterday. I went to the emergency care center, and all of a sudden they say, well, we don't take you anymore. Yeah, like, fuck you too. And it was in the middle. I'm standing there. Oh, well, I don't want to get into it. But I was not feeling
how close are you to an emergency room?
Oh, probably about 20 miles. It's drivable. It's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if it happens again, then I'm just going straight to the emergency room. I'm not gonna.
Just take it easy, John. Don't do any hard, strenuous work. All right.
Please.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm getting a whole lot of shit here at the house. All right.
Well, I know that your son Travis and your other son Tyler will be more than willing that in this interim to step up and handle whatever jobs need to be done around the house.
Tyler, I can deal with. It's that Travis stuff. He jumps up there and he's adamant about me. He's worried about me, and I love him. And,
good.
Yeah,
good. I'm glad. I'm on Travis's side. Okay, on this one.
Yes,
I got
know.
Your back,
and
Travis,
he knows
okay?
it too. He knows it too.
Right on.
I'm just I'm just the kind of
John.
Between the time it happened and the time I get to the doctor, that was my mistake. I should have gone earlier when the episode happened, not push it back. I pushed it back 4 or 5 days, and anyway, had a well to pull.
I'm looking at a news article here of Trump supporters rallying outside the D.C. jail, free the political prisoners. Wow, and I'm looking at the crowd, and the crowd's very small, mate. Very small. The numbers are dropping. This guy's just...
Where is this at, Dave?
The headline is, it's on Now This News. Trump supporters rally outside D.C. jail.
That's where Matt Gaetz and his buddy, that little blonde chick from Georgia, like to hang out and scream.
They ain't got nothing else
bloody
to do.
murder. Right? Yeah, because
they got nothing else to do.
She certainly don't have nothing else to do.
Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't got nothing to do. Hang around, haunt the hallways, I guess. Let me thank Teresa Diggum, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "I finally got outstanding, baby. I finally got a new job, but the hours will be late, so I will not be able to be on except maybe Sundays. You all will miss you all. Thanks, John. Teresa, we'll be here, baby. We'll be here on Sunday."
Congratulations on your new job.
I hope you love your new job. That's what I really hope. I hope you like your new job. And it pays well. That's what I hope for you. But liking it is a whole lot more important, I think, than sometimes when you got to make a living nowadays, baby.
We do have to make a living.
We do indeed.
I'll give you what. I'm going to quote you something from Theodore Roosevelt. He said, "Patriotism means to stand by your country, not by the president."
That's right, baby. That's right. Yeah, when you take an oath, you don't take an oath to a man.
No, they take an oath to the Constitution,
yes, they
to uphold
do.
the Constitution.
To uphold
and I
defend.
haven't seen one Republican in the last year uphold the Constitution.
I've watched every one of them fail their oath. In my opinion, they took an oath to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, and they have done none of it. They're no better than Donnie sitting there watching, what is it, they keep running 187 minutes? 3 hours, baby. of him sitting there watching TV, getting his giggles off as our house was attacked. Not only that, and I'm glad they pointed out how they shit in it and pissed in our house. Don't tell me you're a freaking patriot. Kiss my ass, stuff your shit up your ass, take your rebel flag and your Auschwitz sweatshirt, stick them in your ass, and I don't know, go jump off a cliff because ain't nobody decent in this world would miss your fucking ass. Anyway, I do. I have no tolerance anymore for ignorance of I don't have to, all I have to do is drive down my street to see a rebel flag. You don't think that pisses me off, and that's probably why he flies. Just piss me off. Just piss me off. Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking rebel flag and your fucking racism and your fucking bigoted shit.
And the South still lost.
And the South still lost, baby.
Right.
You lost. You're just like Donnie. You lost. You're a bunch of freaking losers, and you're going to sit around and whine about it. Boo freaking who. I'm just sick of it. I am. I'm pumped up. I am. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go because we need to push this shit. We need to hold up a freaking mirror every day to what they're doing, what they're continuing to do right now. Every one of them fucking Republicans. None of them showed up today, baby. None of them had any patriotic words for the battle that the police put on, the Capitol Police put on that day. No, they're sitting around having a party over, January 6th, baby. Didn't we rock and roll? No, you didn't. You pissed and you shit.
Probably watching video. They're probably watching video replay of the January 6th riot.
John, as far as I'm concerned, all those Republicans that didn't show up are traitors.
As far as I'm concerned, I would be embarrassed to call myself a Republican. I would be plumb embarrassed to tell somebody I'm a Republican. Fuck you. You're a traitor at this point. You're not.
They're also cowards.
They're cowards. They're traitors to this country. As far as I'm concerned, yeah. You're not standing up for your country. You're standing up for a lying sack of shit. And so don't tell me how patriotic you are.
Indeed.
Show me, baby. And it doesn't mean a bumper sticker, assholes. Anyway, Cat Daddy came in with $5 donation, said, thank you, John, for going to the doc. I ought to go more. Anyway, I have 2 brothers sick, and I'm very worried about, not sure if it's COVID, but they will get tested to see if it's COVID. Cat Daddy, man, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I know it's nobody wants to see anybody get sick nowadays, and I don't know if your brothers.
You know what? What I've noticed through the years is it's real difficult for men to go to the doctor. So I applaud any gentleman in our Blue Dot family, and Bill Jones is one of them, and a perfect example.
Yes,
the man went to the doctor willingly because he wanted to know if there was something about him that he needed to change. So bravo, Bill, and you're a shining example of what a Blue Dot should be, and bravo to you, Ozzy Dave. You were kind of forced to go to the doctor, but you continue to go, and that's a good thing.
We go at a certain point.
Thank you.
We have to be pushed sometimes. Thank you, everybody, for being concerned. That's what I want to say.
We got to remember, we're not young. We're not young. We're all not young.
Listen,
I'm 43.
But you have people that love you and care about you. Listen, all you gentlemen, you have people who care about you. You have family who cares about you. And you worry the hell out of them when you don't take care of yourself. Thank you for going to the doctor. If you knew
my wife, it's been a lifelong problem. I have a bad habit of not.
Men, and I've seen it. It is just the nature of men.
Shit. Are you shitting me? I had my stomach sliced open. You know where the first place I went? Not to the doctor, honey. Look at this shit.
John, I've had my chest sliced open. I have wires and staples in my chest.
Oh, baby.
So tell me about it, okay?
That stuff doesn't bother me. It's just them dentists. That's all.
Doctor, I go to. Don't forget me.
Thank you to all you gentlemen who choose to go and do your family and give them some peace of mind, knowing that you're trying to take care of yourself. Because I will tell you, as a family member that has taken care of another family member, nobody wants to be in that position.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know what, Bernadette? I'll tell you what. I'm glad I went because if
Thank
I
you,
wouldn't,
Johnny.
I'd be in the grave dead from cancer if I wouldn't have gone.
Thank you for going. Thank you.
I am.
Go
I'm
to
the
the
first one
doctor
to admit that
myself.
I'm always hesitant about going in and seeing anybody. Just like
I try to look out. I
But,
try to
Correct.
stay healthy from this
but
COVID.
here's my point. It ain't about you. It ain't about you.
Yeah.
You think your family member wants
Oh,
to
no.
sit up and take
Oh,
care
no.
of you after
Oh, no.
you've done something or neglected
Yeah.
something? No, they don't.
It is
They
the one
don't.
area where me and Marcia are compatible in that area. She don't want to go to the doctor anyway, and I have to force her to
I
go too.
understand that. Nobody wants to go to the doctor.
Nobody does. Nobody
That's
does
stubborn.
because if you're wanting to go, if you have to go to the doctor, there's a reason for it. Nobody likes the reason.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah,
it
but you
is
know
better
what?
to go ahead
If
and
there's
get
a
things taken care of.
possibility of nipping something in the bud instead of allowing it to grow into a bigger issue,
That's right.
then
Yeah.
that's what needs to happen.
Yep,
Right.
that's what I'm going to
True.
do. I'm going to go get my test, Bernadette. I promise.
Thank you, Bill, for being a perfect example that I could throw at the rest of these guys sitting around this
Listen
table.
to this shit. You're ready to throw us all out.
I love
Michael
you for
Johnson,
it.
thank you, brother. You came in with a $3 donation. Said, put me in the mental hospital if they say I'm a Republican. Fuck Trump. I am right there with you. Ever hear me utter them words? Put me in a mental hospital because that's where I freaking belong. And Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong and secret squirrels, donated $5 to Super Chat and said, prayers and positive thoughts to all for good health and granddaughter Jordan tested positive yesterday. Oh, man.
No, not Jordan, too.
Shit.
Oh, Jesus. She's young, Diana.
Yes, she is.
She's young,
very
and
young.
she will fight it back. She will fight it off.
You betcha. Oh, Diana Mallory, she's in our thoughts, and if y'all pray hard, baby. There's the time for a prayer, right there. So if you are religious,
Omicron
that's a
is
good
no
time.
joke, y'all.
No,
it's no joke.
It's not. Thank you, Diana
That's
Mallory.
true.
That's just heartbreaking. Yes, I got notified that a friend of ours in Tennessee has it. We're waiting to see how he fares with it. I think eventually we're all going to know somebody. We're all going to know somebody. This thing's spreading too damn fast. If you're listening right now and you ain't got your shot, one of us ought to come to your house and kick your ass to go get your shot. Somebody who lives near you should come over there and kick your ass. If you haven't done it, do
I
it.
tell you what, if in this county, if you have everyone's close community and it's a subject of conversation, no one, if they haven't got these shots, they dare not admit it because you'd be hounded. You'd be hounded by 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone, and so everyone got. I think he's got. We have I don't know if you had them in America, but we have in most of the country towns. I got to say, at least 80% of them, they had stations that went there once a week for a month, and done the vaccinations, and then they go back when the next vaccination's needed, the follow-ups, and they're just no charge. They just go out there and they put these tents up. Also like the Red Cross, and you just got drive through vaccinated.
You have people in your country who care about the health care of other people. We have people in our country who are fucking idiots.
Exactly.
Well, there's other countries too, Bernadette. Other countries as well. Some countries have politicised it. Some countries just idiots. But I got to say, without being nasty, it all started from base one, Trump.
Yes.
That's where it all started, base one, Trump. These first words.
It allowed to be what it is because of him.
Yeah,
Yes.
he started.
You know, we couldn't stop it, but we could have done a whole lot more without his ignorant ass interjecting.
The first thing the man did when he got into office was throw away the pandemic plan that was left behind that Obama had left. That was the very first thing he did when he trashed it. And
he accused Obama of not having one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All because he was a black man.
Obama left us nothing.
You know what? When Trump started making his speeches and saying these stupid, shitty things that he do in public, that should have been a big red flag right there.
there were so
but
many
well,
red flags that went off when he was running it and when he got elected in 2016. I don't know what more red flags had to go off.
Thank you.
And yet he got elected. And that's what Raleigh does, is because we all knew. Those that went out and voted, we all know who he was before he got in the door. He was a bigoted, racist assholes. He rode on the hatred of people that hated having the first black American president. That was his target audience. And he nursed them, baby. Huh?
Was a demagogue. He was not Lord and Savior or sent by God. No, it was the opposite.
Yes.
It was sent by Satan.
Yes, if you believe in religion and you want to take it that way, yeah, I would bet that he was sent by Satan. Yeah, he is. He's the epitome of what Satan wants, isn't it? Greed, self-worshiping. Isn't that what?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's Donnie, baby. You can't find, and yet you'd have every evangelical out there saying what a fine Christian man he is. And that tells you exactly how many evangelical Christians are willing to throw their religion in the
religious
ditch.
people, evangelicals, these are religious people that care about the community and all the people that they preach to. These are the guys driving around Mercedes-Benz, Porsches, got mansions.
Yep. Yeah, on one level or another, if they don't have the mansion, they're still striving to get it. You know, Donnie, there's nothing that has taken the word evangelical and run it into hell more than Donnie has. His association, and they're lifting him up in prayer and praise. Are you shitting me? You shit on your religion for him, and you call yourself evangelical. I don't think so, Lucy. What?
Hey, John.
It's evangelical.
What was it? A while ago, I don't know if you've heard, he's out of Houston, Texas, I think. Robert Jeffries is a Baptist minister down there in Texas. And I saw on YouTube this one guy, Owen, he's a telltale atheist. Well, he did a thing about him, and he actually showed the clip where Jeffrey goes, he says, maybe some people won't like it, and then he goes real loud, thank God for Donald Trump. I thought, you sick fuck you.
Yeah, thank God for Donald Trump. You don't think very much of your God. That's what I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, really.
I am not bashful. I've told anybody that knows me, knows I am an atheist, but also knows that I believe in trying to treat your fellow man as kind as you can. Some of them test your patience, but to try to do the right thing when it comes along, because you've learned over the ages what that treasured means in your life. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think I have to belong to a religion or call myself or even believe in a deity outside of more than the thought of all you have to do is be a kind person, to be kind to others, to want for everybody what you want for yourself. I don't know. It's the shared sacrifice that makes us a country. We all have to give in to this to make it work, whether it be your taxes or whether it be your vote. We have to be involved in it for it to work. And I'm afraid that over the years, there's so many of our fellow citizens that just gave up. They don't want to vote. Fuck, what difference does it make? Who? No, nobody wants to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It does matter. But we have to convince those people that think it doesn't that it does, and we have to get to the polls. That's how we fix this. It's not going to be fixed with violence. It's going to be fixed with votes. We just have to make sure the votes count.
Yes, please.
There's a thing going on in the background called greed.
Yeah.
Well,
greed. When a man with $150 billion says, when a man with $150 billion says, I don't want to pay tax, or why should I pay tax?
Makes me a smart man not to pay tax.
Or 100 billion.
Yeah.
That's greed. That's greed.
It's
if
greed,
I was money,
and
I would say I only need $1 billion to live for the rest of my life, to many other lives I have. He's $99 billion for charity, because you could fix a lot of illness in your country with 90 billion. Gee whiz. Wow, how much do you need? All right, the guy's got a business, but that business is propped up by America. America set him up. American government set him up. He got contracts from the American government. He should be pleased to pay tax. He should be saying, thank you, I'll pay the tax.
That's it, you know, when you get rise back, that is part of the shared sacrifice that we talk about when we talk about our country. Nobody wants to pay tax, and we all think that the tax system ain't fair because Jesus, look at Trump, look at rich people who don't pay a proportionate share, the same proportionate share that you're paying, as it impacts your life. We don't have that, and we recognize that here, but we still pay your taxes. Nobody wants to, but it's what we have to do for hospitals, for all the things that we say we want for a better society. We have to pay for somehow, and we do it by taxes, so nobody wants to. But when you have a rich asshole like Trump bragging that you don't pay taxes, yeah, fuck you. And thanks for the help, asshole. Really appreciate it. And then run for president and have people vote for you because you rubbed your pecker on the flag? Jesus, I didn't know it was that easy to impress them people. You know, I don't know.
It's a frightening image.
It is, and it's one that we have to counteract every day. Anyway, it's about time to wrap it up, I guess. One more shout out to Keith Thompson, my buddy up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who came in with another donation and said, "Told you, John, blue dots will be on your ass if you don't get to the doctor." And he's not kidding. Y'all just mosey on over to the Blue Room after the show and watch them gang up on my ass. Yeah, all this nice shit, hi, John, and all that goes out the fucking window. All they're up there is get your ass to the doctor and all that kind of shit. And I love them for it. I really do. If y'all haven't come by the Blue Room after the show, y'all ought to go to www.bluedotintexas.com. There's a link there that takes you to Discord. You download Discord. It doesn't cost anything to come in here and join the conversation, to come into the Blue Room after the show and be a part of this. I talked to Dana and Cheryl today on the phone, or I talked to Dana today, and you know, like all y'all that have my, you know, if I called you, you got my number. Let's talk, baby. You know, that's what this family is. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by and joining the conversation. Ozzy, always a pleasure when you stop by, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.
And good luck in the next week, America. I think everything's going to go your way. It's starting to turn. People are starting to realise. It's all coming out. And as you said, John, these public hearings on about the January the 6th this year will expose so much
kills a lot of
more,
germs, baby. And this shit needs sunlight. Yes. Anyway, Dave, tune in to see how it's happening, baby. See how America progresses.
See you later.
Anyway, Ed, thank you so much, brother, for coming by. We enjoyed it.
It's a pleasure. It's good to hear from everyone. Good to hear you again. I wanted to say that I wanted to join my voice in on this anniversary of the day of national tragedy.
Indeed, my friend.
Last year I put in a day that January 6, 2021, which be a day that live in infamy.
Yes, and it will forever.
I do want to say, John, that I do look out for myself and I go to the doctor because I'm trying to...
All right, kiss off. You just had to throw that in there, didn't you, Ed?
What?
Fine. God damn, man. See, they won't leave you alone, brother. They'll care. I don't care who your best friends are. They'll jump your shit if you don't go to the doctor.
I'm taking care of myself. I got you.
I love you too, Ed.
Get it?
I love you too, Ed. Thank you very much, brother.
Good night.
All right. And Jeremy, we want to thank Jeremy for coming by earlier. Thank you very much. Johnny Fly, thank you, brother, for coming in and joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Indeed. We'll do it again on, what's today? Thursday. Mañana is Beer and Bud Friday. Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to have something to say. I got shit to get off my chest. Make me feel better. Anyway, Johnny Fly, thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody on YouTube, on Facebook for coming by and sharing some of your time with us. Time is precious, and I'm so glad that you come by and think that we're worthy of a little bit of your time. Randy Curvin, take care of yourself, brother. Appreciate your voice. Yelly Man, thank you for being here. Ann Parks, Media Main 6. We care about you too, baby. And y'all take care of yourself. And again, try to put a smile on your face, on somebody else's face. Hell, somebody ought to be smiling somewhere. Try to make that happen. Anyway, y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. I love this family. Thank you for being here. And indeed, see you on Beer and Bud Friday, as BW said.